that time in the airport I read. The brother gave me the year, the premise of death. The work with my life without again.
I lyrical
Master.
Play body so make you I can't Sktv menyo. Say my journey, tina get I say my jamo. And you no money, emu aye yo. And you love emu aye yo.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must survive the lofa and grandbaza.
And I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I couldn't play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money. And I couldn't play ya to money, and I could do ya to money. And I forget it now, ya to money. That's the TV. And I forget it now. Cause you work on my ya to money. Yeah. Oh.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must survive the lofa and grandbaza.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcasts and connecting people and culture from getting up out of the club. Qualified people who waiting to sell. The flesh that time in the airports are red. The broadcast we giving a real in the premise my best. To work with my life without fear. From Grandfather Nima to Lufa, from Riverside River G to Chile, from Grand Crew, Bombing, Kidman, Montserrat, San to Bacalu, from Maryland, Bonk to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.
Yes, indeed, we're the best in the land. LRB, folks, we saw it. We're trying to do.
And there are three of them. Three of those things are three lines. That's right.
Well, indeed. So, folks, the pleasant good evening. Yes, let me see how best as to what are these equipments. Yeah, all good to go. Okay, I think we are set and ready. We can now move on to indeed. Okay, good. So let's share the show. Those of you who just joining us, maybe for the first time, I want to say the pleasant good evening, good afternoon, and good morning. All depends your location. What's the time like from my end is 4 minutes past 6. That's the time check from what I said on broadcast. Please let's share the show, people. Steve Bode will be here. Mr. Connor will be here with us on this Thursday edition, the 5th of June. Yes, indeed. And for matter of fact, the year remain the same, 2025. Yes, today is the 5th of the 6th month. That means we are gradually getting there. We will get there by the grace of the Almighty God. And if you have your resolution, you've been thinking about what happening, what I maybe stayed into the room, or you thinking as to what's going to happen next, just keep your finger crossed. All will get better by the grace of the Almighty God. And let me see, I have some kind of a message for all of us. Yeah, I wanted to play this, but again, I will do it in the audio form so that all of us will be able to listen to the newest man of God, also from Nigeria, who also joining Abel Damina also. But this man becoming so tough now. It's not easy. To fight, to open the eyes of our people is not easy. So when you start, sometimes people will think that you want to take the coal from their eyes just like that without giving them water and so you know I don't know those of you what I can still remember with the story of Moses taking the people from Egypt and carrying them, freeing them. And at the end, this one I was saying, "Oh Moses, get back!" Oh." So that's the life. Where is the stuff? So that's the life of us as people. No matter what you do, other people will be for, and other people will be against. That's it. So you don't have to give up because and even if they're good thing, people will say criticize. So that's the beauty of life. Just to take people from their suffering and tell them that no, move from this suffering that you're into and let go to a better place so that you can live your own free life. I said no, 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 carry back. Carry back. He said carry back. Carry us back, please. We don't want to be here anymore. And that's the kind of life. It's true though. That's how we look. Carry us back, oh people. Carry us back. Oh, how can't I send this team to? All right. So let me see. Yes. So let's share the show, people. Let me see myself. I'm trying now to share the show. Yes, I will recognize few of you, our people, those of you who just joining us, those of you who are also watching. Yes, indeed, we have so many things. What coming on? We received the latest report, or in fact, of the audit. Also, when it comes to GTMS, CTN, and so forth. All of these things we will talk about that. The US traveling ban, traveling restrictions, and so forth. What that means for us as people, poor as we are, and Donald Trump is not saying that we in fact he was saying we don't want them. So that made too troublesome. So that when people don't want you now, then what it mean? That means you got to be yourself, you got to be strong, and you have to be able to take good care of yourself. So people, please, let's share the show. I'm waiting for Steve Bullet, or better say Moses. Maybe there are some social issues that we'll pass through with before we go to our topic, our issues, things to talk about. How be it, Liberia can first, last, and forever, because while you and myself, we will go. That's why when you're reading the Bible, some of you, we know our father son they say, where heaven, some people don't even know where heaven, where earth, where this and that. So when you listen, they say heaven and earth will what? Will pass away, right? And I mean say it, you know what the Bible says. But the word of God will remain. So you see, so that means you and myself, no matter what we do, we will go. This land of ours will remain here because for God, that land was given to us through God, and we will leave it here. The only thing is for us to be able to develop it, make it good for our children. That's the system. That is the system that God put together for all of us. So that when you come to, don't destroy the land. No, now God will get issue with you. Don't do it. Some of us we in the habits, even when we call for all the burning us or to burn places, in fact, we will do it just because we want to destroy. No, don't destroy places. It's not good. It's not because you are no longer there. Yeah, Jeremiah, good evening to you, my dear brother. Don't destroy. But let me look for the message quickly from them. My message goes anything to me. They get trouble. I was still being broken. I will play it through the audio and you will listen. I'm going to be telling you, things will change in the world. Let me tell you, whether you like it or not. Even if it's not today, at least people will stand up and their eyes will be open, and they will overcome all of this behavior, the way people are treating people are stealing from people, lying to people. I think that they are the one that can solve all of the problem. And yeah, so we'll talk about all these things, people. Let's share the show. Let me see what I'm on here because I have to ask the people today about some of the happening there from the US. Yeah, I just watching all of the happening, Donald Trump, visa restrictions, travel ban, and so forth. These things, the kind of news when you hear the news, especially coming from right here, Africa, where you hear about nearly seven countries, right? Those of you, I think it's around 7 countries that on this visa, or in fact, traveling ban, and I think visa restrictions and so forth. These news are not good news for us as people from right here, Africa, especially. But again, he said, let Your leader then they should be able to take good care of you. That I think that what somebody think meant, you know. But let me see, let me play the audio that my neighbor, my social partners, Tigo sent to me. And yeah, from there, other newer men are what kind of men are going to be there again? Yeah, their life, like, look, thing will change. All right. Yes, that's the Yahoo Yahoo. For Saturday, I don't know whether some of you are not getting the sound. Yeah, because people get asking. Yes, there's something audio we were playing here on the show. You know, to lighten the mind of ours as people. You know, because we don't even know which way now to go. So the Yahoo Yahoo now is just everywhere now until people will use people cajole them and do all kinds of things. And at the end of the day, a Yahoo. So you just listen to the man of God from Nigeria who now was joining the other people now to expose some of these behavior of our people who claim that. Because mind you, before Stephen come on, the man said something. He said people are using the name of God to collect money from people in the name of give it to God. And you can't give anything to God because God owns everything. And that's the fact. Two, he said during those days, people used to go to the shrine or the medicine man, right, and go and find out. Maybe that, for example, when something lost, something happened, people, because that was the system now. And this thing, how it's supposed to be, you will go there and check to know as to what happened, right? Then you will know, then the gods, but them, you don't call the gods or the kind of thing. Then they will tell you what are Mabel. Sorry, let me see, let me just take the break quick. Good. So now they will check to know as to whether Mabel steal the money or that Mabel kill the person going to be excused or that Mabel do this, right? So the gods but then will tell them that, oh yeah, this incident or this person is responsible for this. But all of these things no more happening because all of the people now they didn't say now they tend to yahoo yahoo. So that means nobody anymore because the Yahoo headquarters is very packed. Everybody training people here and there to become more Yahoo. Then again, you talk about the budget. We're in this world, and let's be frank. You make or in fact 3 billion, in fact the matter about 3 billion good. You make $3 billion budget, for example. Then 2 billion go back to you and your people. Tell me, for God's sake, then are you there for the people? You made $3 billion budget. Then 2 billion go back for you and your people. The bottom rest of the 1 billion is just hanging there now just because of something. That's say 1 billion, you come back and collect something from inside. But again, let me welcome Stephen Cody. My dear brother Stephen, what's up? Everything. Stephen. All right. So yes, indeed, Stephen Cody will be joining us. Maybe a network giving a little 12 time. Yes, indeed, Moses will be here. So that's the thing. So this thing will come here every time we'll open, or in fact, we will inform our people about some of this because you don't know. Look, give to your neighbor before we transition into politics because these are live reality stuff that our people are going through. In fact, they may even talk about building of schools. You see, when they're starting with a school, they will say, you build a school, that God's school, you build it. People will build. At the end of the day, the poor people, their children will not be able to go to these schools because of the school fees. They are saying Yahoo. So government is doing Yahoo. In fact, even talk about the judiciary, for me, I don't think I even go to court. Because that is the same group of people that is saying Yahoo. The Yahoo just yeah, but Steve making a comment, brother. Yeah, look, I enjoyed the video that he sent to me, Steve. I don't know how come people are attacking me to all kinds of things. Steve, please don't put me in a situation because that is saying Yahoo group. Let me tell you, for Yahoo 1 to Yahoo 2 to Yahoo 3 to Yahoo 4 to Yahoo 5, the Godfather himself, the first star. You know the first star? So the first star now is the head of the country. And the Yahoo father, Yahoo father. Then the whole country finished. So we got Yahoo 1, Yahoo 2, Yahoo 3, Yahoo 4, we got Yahoo 5. And he said, then you live now in poverty. Then Donald Trump now will come and say, we don't need them. What are you going to your country for? Because of poverty carrying you. You're looking for survival. Your own schools here is all, yeah, I can't even wait let the people come up. But look, so these are things today that we'll be looking at. People will be looking at the traveling restrictions, the travel ban, and so many things. I'm still waiting for my team to come up. But while we wait, waiting, let me see quickly what Cyprian is said and ready. Cyprian, Cody, are you there? Well, so let me reckon a few of you quickly. CD what Jabo said, most of our people are now working, but pastors asking for time, and that's a fact. They will tell. Let me tell some of you, know, quickly in joking, somebody, one lady said, Mabel, actually on your show, one thing I really admire of you people is the social aspect. I say really, he said because that day when you were talking about your social things and then when you were talking about the Bible, for me, I don't even know. I don't know that these things are all into the Bible. I said, what? He said, because you were talking about the Exodus 21, verse 10, and there. She said, well, by the time she went there, he said, well, maybe when I read, I said, oh, I said, well, because the people are not teaching you. The only thing the people are doing is to continue to, the hair, we can call hair, we can come here, we can do, we can put, you put hater, those of you put hater, you put face care, you put heart, you put, that's the kind of country that we live in. So when she called me, she said, Mabel, I got educated by that thing because to admit I'm a lady, but I usually used to hate, hearing about even another woman coming closer to my husband. Because I was thinking that it was so terrible. This thing, I said, that how the people open your eyes and what they made you to know. So at the end, then I say, oh, the Muslim. Every time they come and say, me and I'm Muslim. No! Who told you that it is only Muslim that's supposed to be having maybe more than one wife or so on? Nobody, no. But again, that's a new generation. That's a new life. That's the kind of way we live. That's the kind of, you can choose. Don't get me wrong. You can choose to do it or not. It is your will. But because the pressure of the society overshadow the entire what? The entire or old traditions. And these things, I stay there. I stay there. These things are stay there. So because of this thing today, that will overshadow or that will overlook, that's why we're having issues with divorce here and there. People are divorcing every time there's confusion, misunderstanding, fighting here and there because of these things. All we know, some of us, just imagine we getting married 2 times unknown to ourselves. Some of you don't even know these things. 2 times you're getting married. When you finish doing your own right here in Africa, what we can call it the tradition, this and that. You say you're not let that one. You go back to the Western, bring that thing that where people put up culture, but that the one we let. And that tradition can be doing. Some of you that listen to me right now, that's why in the Bible. That was in the Bible. The direct payment. That's the thing that all I want to be doing now to just to stress ourselves, put ourselves into a serious situation, look for people be crediting money to stand by us, all kinds of things to do, all these things, but again, the way the society go, the way we go. We will go, and we'll come back. Me and no us, human being. We'll come back. And we will come back. Just take the word from me today. Say, maybe say we will go and we'll come back. Because if you don't do the right thing, what will happen? And you will come back. During those days, there was nothing like, oh, our woman and divorcing, our papa and they walking away, they do nothing, no. But now, a lot of sports. The whole married been now, yeah, now, a lot of, so at all, I said, man, dear, that's the life. But if you don't read your Bible, the person who will read your Bible for you will interpret the way they want, how they feel, what suits you. So if you say, maybe stop talking about Exodus 21, verse 10, then also I will say, okay, yeah, then let's start talking about tithe and offering. But as long as you can collect tithe and offering in your church, Exodus 21, verse 10 will also imply in the church. Why? Because it's simple. You see the Old Testament, right? But collecting tithe and paying offering, these are all Old Testament. Jesus Christ never paid tithe. Jesus Christ never paid offering. Peter never paid tithe. Peter never paid offering. Who they pay tithe to? Who they pay offering to? Nobody. But you are collecting. But you don't want to collect the other one. By the way, let's move people. Yeah, man. So you're part with the social things. Steve, I don't know. Let me see quickly. Steve Calling. Wow, I don't know what's going on, but Cyprian. Okay, let me just welcome a few of my people quickly. What Cyprian maybe says, and Robert Fasula, Jacqueline, my dear brother. Good evening. Happy Thursday to all of you. In fact, tomorrow will be Abraham Day for all of our Muslim brothers and sisters. I wish all of you the best on tomorrow. I know it's not easy. The cow meat. I saw people, hauling cow. Tomorrow, I don't know where I go eat cow. But with the Sebastian William, Jeremiah Kula, let me say good evening to all of you. Sidiki Toure. Indeed, thanks to all of you for joining us. G. Jefferson M. Kula, thank you for joining us. Ayusha James David, thank you so much. Edward Busher, my brother, thank you so much. Man, I don't know what you want to be going to. Grebo Gear, yes, thank you so much for joining us. Diwa Jabo, John, thank you, my dear brother, for always joining us on this show. Fakshu Kumar, thank you so much for joining us. Live for fun, thank you. And the Edwards and my brother, be careful. No, I beg you, man. Man, I'm open that one, but my wife, but she know me for that one, so she know me good. Yeah, my brother can't ask for right. Yeah, so that's the question, my brother. They want everything. You must give it to God. Everything about your life, give it to God. If you get a car, give it to. I'm gonna get a car. When you want me, man. Well, anyway, give it to God. You don't want to bring it to God's son too. Some all with God's son. Just bring some money in there so that I can be helping to keep some money too for God. You don't want to do it. Like the kind of thing. But again, people will move. So while we wait for our team, let me see. We have so many things to talk about. The issue of corruption is still around. People, a lot of allegations about corruption. People at doing their own thing, doing what they want to do, take money because they feel that there's no law so easily that can also go to them. Then let's move quickly to all of the latest news on today, also from the House of Representative, where we're hearing news that those two, is that two or six persons that were contacted by them during the December 18 fire incident at the Capitol building that were called on for statements. I think those six lawmakers, they are again being called upon by the Liberia National Police, and I think the lower house today, they send, in fact, on tomorrow, the entire thing will be on tomorrow. The hearing or the I don't know what is investigation or what, but again, that will be on tomorrow morning by 10 o'clock. And the host headed by Speaker Richard Nabe Kun also assigned some team members, especially from the Judiciary Committee, that are going to escort these six lawmakers, ranging from former Speaker J. Fonanti Kofa, yes, Fonanti Kofa, Dixon Sibo, and Frank Safoko, Priscilla. Yeah, and let's see, Priscilla. Yes, indeed. Yeah, so I'm coming. I want to get the entire four names because I don't want to find myself into any trouble. So, yeah. What are Cyprian? Let me see quickly first. What are Cyprian is here? Cyprian? Wow, Cyprian is still struggling to come up, but let me get all of the names set and inform you exactly as to what will be happening on tomorrow morning, but beginning at 10 o'clock in the morning at the headquarters of the Liberia National Police, where we're hearing that indeed those people of interest coming from the lower house, the House of Representatives, again, they are being called upon to come and give I think additional statement pertaining to what happened on December 18, 2024, when it comes to the issue of the Capitol building fire incidents. So we are still waiting for our team members. I don't want to send the link to even Ali. Let me see first. Yeah, I see why I keep. Yeah, sorry, the people are coming 1 minute, please. We will go through all these things. But let me send the link and see why I keep receiving. Okay, so I'm trying to send a link to Aliu. Yes, Aliu. Sorry to Yeah, so everybody like Yahoo Yahoo, my people, your man, I get vest, you know. Yes, so I don't know why Cyprian is struggling to come up. Okay, so hmm. All right, so good. So I get the entire four names of those that are been called upon. Yes, indeed. So Representative J. Franti Kofa, Presidia Cooper, yes, indeed, District number 5, right? Yeah, most of the candidates in Sibo, Marvin Cole, Jacob Debbie, Frank Safoko, and Abu Kamara have been summoned to a meeting at the headquarters of the Liberia National Police on Friday. That will be on tomorrow as part of an investigation into the Capitol building as an attack. And yes, indeed, tomorrow morning, and they will be escorted by the judiciary head on tomorrow, according to that information. So again, we move people. Let me see what else. Cyprian calling. Wow. Is the Cyprian is busy doing another thing, and yeah, and so again with the other news, let me the Fadiga brothers again, they have stayed into that trouble. I'm just passing through with all of the news. The Fadigas brothers, they are staying into this the Wahala, the $1.5 million damages coming from the former LDA boss Colonel Abraham Krumah. Mind you that they were um, carried to court by Conor Krumah for damaging of what, for damaging and citing the failure, damaging of his character and so forth. And also the court also say no. I think you guys have to come because all of their bill of appeal has also been trashed according to information. So they had to so we're still waiting what will happen. Maybe the next course of actions that will be coming from them. But I think that bill has been trashed. The civil law court has dismissed the appeal filed by Hassan and Hassan Fadiga in a defamation case. So those of you who just joining us, that these are some of the happening back home, and the president of the Republic of Liberia, also in Nimba County, mind you today. Nimba County is the place of attraction when it comes to all of the latest happening with Asira Meter. Yeah, I don't know whether some of you were watching or you were passing through, or maybe you just passed by and yeah. But quickly, Ali is here already. I don't even know that Ali. Let me send Ali the link. But Ali, my dear brother, good evening.
Maybe good afternoon from my end, and good evening to your end, and hello to all our listening audience and followers. Yes, as Mama Liberia.
Yeah, great. We are doing great. Thank God for life. We are moving about freedom, and we are good to go. Apart from the latest news coming from back home about Asida Mito $1.4 billion iron ore plant concentrator today that have been inaugurated by the president of the Republic of Liberia, and yes, indeed, and that place in Nimba County is the place of attraction where citizens, workers are all inspecting or going through the entire process. But again, what I say, my dear brother, what are some of the trending national news or maybe things that caught your attention, apart from the news coming from US that also making us to show their concern about the traveling ban, the traveling restrictions, and so forth?
So far so good, maybe you know, for us here, we here. We in our own. Yeah,
Yeah.
that traveling ban issue, because I think that time the US government gave our government, I think, 90 days, which was 3 months, something like that, or for them to work on certain things, okay, or else I think Liberia was going to be banned. And as we can see today, other countries have been banned from coming to the US, some restriction on some people, but Liberia was not in any of those listings. So that's a good news for us. At least we are happy because we were thinking about it. Some of our brothers, sisters, they had to play DV, like some of us came here through DV, and it worries us a lot. and there are other people we've been helping with documentation to come in. So it really been worrying us. But thank God, at least we had crossed that stage. Or thanks to the president and his administration, at least for doing what they were told to do, that we are not among those people. I want to say thanks to the government for that. Yeah, that's just it. And there are so many things happening in the country. I see like our lawmakers have been called again to go to the Liberian National Police headquarters for custody and other things in regards to the burning of the capital. But maybe this is something I keep thinking on. Now you people to True FM there, I believe that you people have security over there. And when something happens, I think the security on guard will be the first people to be investigated. But I remember when Gregory Cuomo said that the Capitol building were well protected, they are going to do everything to protect the Capitol building. And just for us to see the Capitol building got burned, and the chairs the people used in the building, these chairs were taken out of the building, and security on guard, none of these people have been called for questioning, but only people from the majority block, people that work in for the Tikofa office. My brother, Liberia, I don't really know, and this is what, as my wife can tell me sometimes, the way you think, if you continue thinking like that, you cannot get into politics, you cannot be a politician. I say why? I say because most people that for Liberia, when people get into politics and they care less about their character, they care less about their integrity, they can do anything at any time because they feel they are in position. They get the power. Because Gregory Cuomo, you been in America here and you went to school, everything. Where have you seen such a thing go on and then they forget about the security that were on duty and they're going after people that were like that to their horses sleeping? Where have you seen that the security should be the first people to be arrested for questioning? But my brother, I don't like to say much into some of these things because this is the kind of government we get. They never came to rule that country the right way, but they came to divide the country and to undermine the peace and stability of that country. This thing is undermine the peace and security of the country. You cannot govern in such a form and manner. You that say you came to rescue. So I see people talking all kind of things. Oh, tomorrow's edition should work with our lawmakers and things. For me, that's how people think. But as for me, and they call them for questioning, let them go for questioning. This is not the first time.
Well, I don't know, but we are struggling to get Ali. Ali, we are not getting you too clear. I don't know whether from the end or not. But again, that you just stated, my dear brother, I think you are quite correct. But with us here, the way we do politics, the way we do things, the way we go about with all of our things is like, in fact, we are just hijacking everything. I want to just play that video, or in fact, that audio coming from the pastor. Everything is just about Yahoo Yahoo. Yeah, are you getting me?
Oh my God.
All right, I come in, let me get you off and put you back. Yeah, so everything is just about Yahoo Yahoo, and that's the fact. Where in this world that you want to investigate things, let's put let's put the country first into every other thing we do. Let us put Liberia first and build a system for all Liberians instead of just when another group of people come, they wish on the other group of people, they put fear in the other group of people, they do all kinds of things. Yesterday, or the party people in a headquarter business. Today, a CDC and a headquarter. Yesterday, our the party people and all kinds of things. Today, a CDC and the party with all kinds of things. What kind of country is this? You want to investigate fire incident or any situation that Brother Ali just stated. I think now some already have maybe the dust at the lower house already settled now, and you want to investigate. I think the first thing to do now is, okay, read an open communication to the house, asking the speaker to allow the entire house to be investigated. If you do that, then the people will know that, yes, I think what you are doing is nothing have maybe some, nothing about wishing wanting people or maybe trying to go to the other side and maybe for the other side. But the way you people want to proceed with these things, now even I did just say that people should get out. Look, like people are getting tired with all the other things. Let me be frank with some of you. Maybe you just think that we'll come here, we can waste our time. They say, oh, hey, the other position. Oh, no, no, no. Some of us, you know what we come here for? We come here for this country to get better. When CDC in power, United Party people and the other opposition, they get together and be friendly. When United Party people in power, CDC and the other opposition people, they get together and be friendly. What kind of country is this? Ali, go ahead, my brother. Ali, Aliu. Aliu. All right. I think we're still struggling to
Yeah,
get.
Mabel, can you hear me?
Okay, yes, I'm getting now. Go ahead, my brother. Go ahead. Hello, Aliu. Well, I don't know, but I think are you still struggling? Yeah, Aliu. I think I don't know, but your gadgets is still maybe giving you a little tough time. But again, my people, that's the thing. And there was some of you like what you like. And in the midst of all of these things, these people they are getting rich. Maybe you're not even know some of you. These people they are getting rich. The other group of people will come and bring, I don't know what actually may call it answer recovery what? They bring us. So this is what I know handcuffing people around, right? Some of you. You saw people in I don't know yellow or orange suit. People were all around here, right? You know, so this is right. So this is what happened. The whole dog's gone down. No A, no T. Aliu. Aliu? Well, yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Oh, sorry. I was in a terrible zone.
Okay.
Sorry for
All
that.
right. Yes,
Yeah, but
yes, yes, so go ahead.
Mabel, this United Party government, these people, they had to be focused on what they were elected to do and stop worrying about CDC. You people did everything you told CDC from power. This is time to govern. You're focused on what you people were elected to do. But today, United Party people, when they think, 95% of their thinking, they are concentrating on CDC. This is why you see all of these things happening. These people, they are not thinking about governing the country. They are thinking about being re-elected come 2029. That's all they worry about. They are not focusing on what they're supposed to do and looking at CDC as a threat to them. They want to do everything to marginalize them, to go
So the president and President Boga continues to tour the facility of ArcelorMittal Liberia. Spoon TV with me, Sylvester. To the play.
And there are three of them. Three of those things are three lamps. That's right.
The tour continues. And the president continues to observe.
Well, it's industrial food, so it's not a typical building here. The stock is longer. So this is where the grinding will take place. From the grinding side, they will move inside the concentration itself, where the meat was classified in the processing. And then this way is a
That's a question.
Yes, we barrels and I worked in Canada for almost a year inside.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, inside the concentrator plant.
Don't become Canadian. You are still Nigerian.
Yes, like okay, I think it's not yet.
Don't apply for immigration there.
No, I want to be. I came back because I want to be part of this project. Thank you very much.
Don't apply for immigration there. So, folks, we are making sure that we. Ready? Ready? Yeah, so His Excellency President Boakai. Yeah. Another. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Mr. President, Mr. Boga, I'm Sylvester to the play. You visited the site of the ArcelorMittal Liberia. What's the news for Liberians as it relates to this company? Because the company is very much important to Liberia.
This is one of the best stories we can tell, to see not just the plant, but the training of young Liberians to be able to operate this and the benefit this is going to generate. There are no words to express that. We're very grateful.
Mr. President, is there any new agreement that could be in the interest of the workers of ArcelorMittal Liberia?
Well, any new agreement would be something that will encourage ArcelorMittal to spend more, to provide more opportunities for like, and that in the making.
Lastly, Mr. President, that question is very much important. While you were here, several workers or contractors of this company, one way or others, complaining of underpayment. I mean, some of them they are not on pay. Do you care about this? All of their concerns.
There will always be complaints, but that's what leadership is about, for us to look in there and try to harmonize that.
With what you have seen, do you think that ArcelorMittal have done much for Liberia and Liberians?
To say much is an understatement. They've done extremely well.
Thank you so much, His Excellency President Boakai, Spoon TV, Sylvester to the place. And we also see the Vice President of the Republic of Liberia, if by the matter of fact, Niba County. He is the son of the soil of Niba County. We think about having one or two words from the Vice President here. But the president continues to tour this facility that you see here, ArcelorMittal Liberia operational site in Yekepa. Miba County. And on this tour, we have.
Well, thanks to all of you for staying there for in fact with us. We sincerely apologize for the break-in. Technically this thing happened. So again, yeah, that's the beauty of life. We got to be between the line to making sure that we get everything set and so forth. But I know I can Ali. Well, Ali, go ahead. Good evening again for
Yeah,
almost
Mabon.
I'm getting you now. Yeah, Ali, go ahead now. You are much better, but I left you on, and unfortunately, you, you were on the chip out of the network. But go ahead. We have 5 more minutes to go for the news break. Go ahead. What
Yes.
you were saying things because the noise again, another noise coming. Because for me, I thought after the impasse that lasted for almost 7 months and so forth, well, Liberian were crying back to back at home. We want development. We want our country to move forward. We want this to be done. Even if you have maybe issues to do, I don't think it would be like maybe issue that people will be seeing like you want to wish on people or you want certain group of people or you don't want noise. But go ahead, my brother.
Yeah, thank you, Mabel. As the whole investigation for the fire incident, this thing is not about any other thing or the United Party, the only came for wage hunt and to destroy our country. And what I will tell Liberians, we the Liberians in and out of Liberia, we continue saying that we need to pray for our country because the way in which this government is proceeding, it undermines the peace of our country. I tell everybody, and other Liberians that will sit in the country, and because they voted for this government, and they are in support of everything. Let me tell you something. You see everything Gregory Como doing in our country, the information minister, and other people that left from here to go work in Liberia there. Stuff like God forbid, if anything sparkle in our country, these people take their green card, they take their passport, they go to the American embassy. They will not tell them no. They are citizens. They leave here, they go on by their business. So y'all have to really think when they are doing some of these things. Don't be there to be praising them. Like I said yesterday, and I will always say, we the voters, we who elect these people, we are the cause of our government failure because we want to be praising them. These people who always leaving from here to go work in the country, when they go there, y'all make sure let them serve the country, let them do what they went to do. Instead of them trying to bring problem in the country and you're there supporting them. All because why? Your government in power. Tomorrow, anything happen in our country, like I will always say, you always see those people, they will leave you there, they run away. These people, the moment they get to that embassy, 2 days, the one that make it 3, you will see them sitting on Facebook in America, and you're there. So this thing about wage hunting, this government, they should focus on what they keep to do, instead of all their focus should be on sedition, on CDC people. It's not going to take them anywhere. You catch your people today, you put them in jail, say they don't want to burn a capital building. It will not solve the bread and butter issue of Liberia. So the people, they have to be very careful how they do things in our country. The way in which the government is proceeding, our peace is fragile. People have to be careful. That's all I have to say when it comes to the issue about lawmaker going tomorrow to Capitol Building or to Liberia National Police Headquarters for investigation. Mayborn. Because we expect President Boakai, as old as he is, he came to serve this country, he should be able to do the needful thing, the right thing that will carry our country forward instead of doing things that will carry the country backward, bringing people that he thought they could help to move the country forward, but instead they are doing things that will carry the country backward. And he's supporting this thing because
So,
they are all better with
so,
CDC. And
so
this is
follow-up
not
question
about
quickly.
CDC.
Yes, indeed. Follow-up question quickly, Brother Aliu. Even though we'll come back after the news break, we will go more into this before we activate the line to hear from our people. But are they doing these things for distractions, maybe so that people can talk about some of the real issues? Because mind you, though, because this thing too have their own way of, just maybe making some noise, people attention and so forth. And mind you, too, also. Donald Trump also is saying that there'll be more names, because quote unquote, maybe your name is not there now. That means you are free of the hook. No, So when all of these things they just stated, if you make a noise and they were watching you, that in fact maybe they want to cause maybe instability, something. Are you sensing that maybe this thing may be like distractions, and if Liberia continue with this kind of a noise all the time, it may also lead us into maybe Donald Trump taking actions? Because even the DRC or quote unquote, today they are also on the name, right? Their name are also on our listing, right?
Yeah, their name is there. Their name is there. But maybe let me tell you, Mr. Our president here, Donald Trump, this man, he even said getter for African countries. He expect us for us to govern ourselves accordingly. So if we cannot put ourselves to order, how long? You can say you can say you want to destabilize your own country. You don't know what you're supposed to do for your people. You don't know the importance of peace. And then you will say, none of you stepping into my country. You see? And if you left from there, you went Liberia to go work and you feel like because I'm an American citizen, I can do anything at the end of the day, and I will just come back to America and lead the North there. There will be some punishment that you will not go. You see? But we just have to be careful. I always say some of us we experienced war in our country from 1989 all the way to 2003. We know what we went through. Totally bundled here and there. So when we see these things happening, it takes our mind back. And this is why we always say some of these things, but people will not listen. When you're talking there, they say, oh, you're against the government. Like somebody told me once on the radio that I'm frustrated that why I'm always coming to talk about why the government is doing this and that, the position I'm supposed to get, I get it, I'm frustrated. I'm a UPS that I'm supposed to get position in Paka government, I get it, I'm frustrated. You know, these are some of the things, my brother. But if we continue like this, God forbid, we take out with people on the listing. Yes, just as you say it, because President Trump, the man you already say that he is shaking that then you might be there, you now want to do the right thing that you're supposed to govern yourself peacefully as a small country. Even the population of my state, Maryland, more than the population in Liberia. Who did I get noise? My brother, that is that the government that came to rescue or instead of rescuing or they're not even focusing on things that are supposed to benefit us, but things that had no impact on our life, that while they're focusing on worry about CDC whole day. So that just is there. Mr. Dolly, good afternoon.
How you doing? Masale,
Not
you
bad.
okay?
Yeah, I'm okay, Mr. Dolly. How yourself?
Yeah, managing. You seeing all fella. We concerned about this action that the government is taking right now. It happened just quite recently, not even long ago, when the interim governments were existing between Alaji Kurumai and this man here, Charles Kangre Taylor. They said that something was going wrong with Roosevelt Johnson, and he did something to the government, so they will go and have him arrested, and that led to a serious civil war in the city of Monrovia. Nearly half of Monrovia got burned from that arrest, and the man was never arrested. You see, so the country is just coming from war. You have not been. We try by all means. We go through two successful presidents since after the war by election. Why you can't? What really baffled me in the whole thing here? Let me be realistic. I'm looking at the investigation as a bad investigation. The investigation is very, very bad. But anyway, we'll get into the topics after the news. The investigation is biased because as a
Completely biased. The whole investigation, Mr. Dolly, is completely biased. You see?
So we'll get to it when maybe we'll come back and we'll begin forward. Then I would give my opinion on this thing here because it's very scary. We got a lot of people in that country. They got nowhere to go. So anything go offhand. It's not good for any of us. Whether you are abroad, you in Liberia, it's not good for any of us.
He has said in a statement. Those were the headlines. Now the news in detail. The Ministry of Transport, in collaboration with MIC Group, a renowned Korean company, is expected to introduce 5 commercial aircraft dedicated to domestic travels. According to the ministry, the strategic investment aims to transform Liberia's aviation sector, offering reliable and efficient air travel services across various counties. During a high-profile meeting held at the Ministry of Transport, the CEO of MIC Group expressed his company's commitment to Liberia's transport development. The institution also disclosed that 2 of the aircrafts would be designated for executive charter purposes, while the remaining would serve domestic routes, providing much needed connectivity across Liberia. MIC Group has already pledged to collaborate with the Liberian government to upgrade Roberts International Airport to international standards, aligning with international benchmarks set for International Civil Aviation Organization. For his part, the Minister of Transport, Salif Tyler, on behalf of the Liberian government, commended MIC Group for its key interest in the nation's transport sector. Minister Tyler emphasized that the partnership between the Ministry of Transport and MIC Group marks a significant milestone in Liberia's journey toward modernizing air and land transportation. The Civil Law Court has granted former DA boss Ibrahim Clement's motion to dismiss the Fadiga's brothers' appeal. Hassan Fadiga and Hussein Fadiga have since been adjourned liable in an action of damages for wrong in the tune of 1.5 million United States dollars in connection to their ex-boss lawsuit against them. Judge George Smith on Thursday, according to RCR judicial correspondent, granted Clement's request by reaffirming his May 6, 2025 liable verdicts against the Fadiga brothers. The judge decision was as a result of a motion to dismiss the appeal filed by the former DA boss after the Fadiga brothers failed to perfect their appeal consistent with Chapter 24, Section 24.1 and 2 of the Criminal Procedural Law of Liberia. Judge Smith's June 5, 2025 decision maintained that failure of the Fadiga brothers to perfect their appeal is a fit ground for dismissal. Our judicial correspondent said the court's decision has ended full litigation into the matter, and the court decision will be enforced against the Fadiga's brothers in the couple of days, consistent with law. In action of damages for libel was filed on February 6, 2025, where the 2 defendants accused Clement of removing the CCTV footage, that's the CCTV, from the home of convict George Obi alias Japan, a notorious drug dealer. A 28-year-old man has been forwarded to the Monrovia Central Prison for allegedly raping a 5-year-old girl. The mother of the victim, according to RCR judicial correspondent, told police investigators that her daughter was sexually abused in the Woodcamp community in Painesville. Madam Joanna Mali told police that on Sunday, June 1st, 2025, while preparing for service, she did not see her daughter, stating that while waiting when Abraham Davis brought her daughter and told her that the defendant took her daughter in an unfinished building and committed the alleged act. But the defendant, Mamadou Diallo, told the investigators that he went into the unfinished building to defecate when he encountered the victim. Our judicial correspondent said the police investigation established that there was no sign of defecation in the unfinished building. The Rubber Development Fund Incorporated, RDFI, has expressed serious concerns over the action of Firestone Liberia disengaging from buying from local rubber farmers in the country. RDFI, through its chairman of the board of directors, Tokwa Mora, said, as a major regulator of the rubber sector, they collaborated with national government in setting up the Liberia National Rubber Pricing Committee aims at enhancing farmers to receive fair price on their produce. Speaking at a press conference on Thursday in Kongatown, Tokpa Mobile frowned at Firestone for what he called disengaging from buying rubbers from local farmers in the country without providing concrete reasons to the leadership. Mobile revealed that a theme from RDR, that's FR, headed by its executive director, is visiting rubber processors and buying stations across the country to ascertain first-hand information as it relates to compliance to existing laws in the sector. The RDRF board chairman is therefore calling on individuals in the rubber sector who will receive less than $445 United States dollars for any that's from any processor for his or her produce to consult the leadership for redress. Meanwhile, Topper Mobile has also disclosed the allocation of over 300,000 United States dollars for training and the provision of some equipment for rubber farmers in Liberia. Also speaking, the vice of the Rubber Planters Association of Liberia, Barney Brown, also read a resolution that was signed on May 21st, 2025 by the Liberia National Rubber Pricing Committee. According to Brown, the committee members included the Ministries of Agriculture, Finance, Commerce, Justice, and Rubber Planters Association of Liberia, the National Investment Commission, and Firestone Liberia representing the processors. The Margibi County Detachment of the Liberia National Police has received 2 motorbags from the county's administration. Making the presentation of the motorbags, Margibi County Superintendent Madam Victoria Duncan said the gesture was in appreciation to the joint security efforts in fighting crimes in the county. According to Madam Duncan, funding for the motorbags was made possible through the County Development Fund. She praised the LMP Margibi detachment for the job well done in bringing relief to residents of the county. Receiving the keys to the motorbags, Margibi County Police Commander Patrick Kumazo thanked the county administration for the recognition. He reaffirmed his leadership commitment to collaborating with the county's leadership for the betterment of Margibi County. The managing director of the Liberia National Port Authority, Sktv-Lib, is subject to criminal investigation for allegedly duping a Chinese national that's young then that's of over 3 million United States dollars after they both enter into an agreement to establish a bottle mineral water plant in Liberia. This follows a complaint by J. Johnny Momo and Associate Legal Chamber to the Police Inspector General Gregory Coleman to investigate the managing director of the National Port Authority, Sktv-Lib, in connection to the matter. Councillor Johnny Momo, who is representing the legal interests of the Chinese national, Young Dan, is accusing Director Dukley of allegedly duping his clients of over 3 million United States dollars from a joint investment. Councillor Momo's May 12, 2025 communication to the police chief, according to RCR judicial correspondent, claimed that funds were given to the MPA Bosch on separate occasions for the purpose of constructing a bottled mineral water plant and the purchasing of equipment in Liberia. Despite giving the funds, Councillor Momo alleged that the MPA boss had failed to account for the funds, but instead brought his Chinese business partners in the country and later convinced them to institute legal proceedings against Yondin. Our judicial correspondent revealed that the MPA managing director is engaging the services of the Heritage Partners and Associate through Councillor Ibrahim Salih, who wrote the police to investigate his crimes. Liberia's ambassador to Qatar, Mohammed Kenan, has held talks with the Qatar news agency seeking technical support for the Liberia news agency. The discussions, according to a dispatch, took place this week when Ambassador Kenan was received in audience by the Director General of the Qatari news agency, Ahmed Muhari, at his office in Doha. The Liberian ambassador is quoted as saying the government of Liberia will highly appreciate a technical assistance from the Qatari government to the Liberian News Agency through the Qatari News Agency in revamping the agency with modern media technology. In response, the Director General of the Qatari News Agency, Ahmed Ruhamin, expressed his willingness to work with the Liberia Embassy in Doha in getting this actualized through the bilateral relationship existing between the two nations. The Movement for Economic Empowerment has described Liberia's victory for a non-permanent seat on the United Nations Security Council as a historic moment in the nation's diplomatic pathway. According to the party, this milestone achievement is as a result of years of strategic engagement, visionary leadership, and commitment to solidify Liberia's global presence by the past and current governments. Move in a release recognized the contribution of former President George Weah and his administration for laying the foundation for Liberia's bid for non-permanent permanent seat on the United Nations Security Council through his foreign policy objectives. The party added that the seat was won through the prioritization of multilateralism, international cooperation, economic development, diplomacy, and national and global peace and security. Move also extends special recognition to its political leader and standard bearer Ambassador Mazur Kimia through his instrumentality as Minister of Foreign Affairs for the victorious diplomatic lobbying and coordination, which presented Liberia as an endorsed and credible candidate of ECOWAS and the African Union. The release also appreciated President Joseph Boakai and his administration for embracing and pursuing the vision and advancing it with determination. A pro-democracy institution, NEMOD Partner for Democratic Development, has disclosed that all is set for the hosting of the 12th cohort of the Young Political Leadership School Africa, YPLS Africa. 12th cohort of the Young Political Leadership School of Africa, according to a NEMOD release, is under the theme Unlocking Africa's Potential Youth Leadership for Economic Development and Political Stability. The release further that the 5-day program, which aligns with the African Union's Agenda 2063 vision fostering innovation, leadership, and collaboration development, will convene 120 emerging leaders with 45% female participation from across Africa at a local hotel in Monrovia from the 9th of June to the 13th, 2025. Over the course of the week, according to the release, participants including young politicians, entrepreneurs, journalists, civic activists, and civil society leaders were engaged in 17 sections facilitated by 11 national and international experts focusing on key themes such as leadership, election, and governance. NEMOD revealed that ECOWAS resident representative to Liberia, Madam Josephine Nkrumah, will deliver the keynote address. Several beneficiaries of the recovery of economic activity in Liberia informal sector employment project has expressed joy over how the project is meaningfully impacting their lives. The release, as the residents of Nizo community in Jacobtown said, life was becoming unbearable for them and their families until the Realist project recruited, trained, and provided resources that have bettered their lives. Speaking at the close of the program, the women joyfully disclosed that they are now breadwinners for their families as a result of the opportunity provided them doing Realist projects in the community. For its part, the senior program officer for Realist projects, Jerry Godu, said the project was funded by the World Bank and supported partners and implemented by several government ministries and agencies. Briefly, out of Liberia now, Zambia's former president Iga Lungu has died at the age of 68. His party has said in a statement he had been receiving specialized treatment in South Africa for an undisclosed illness. The Patriotic Front added Lungu led Zambia for 6 years and That's from 2015, losing the 2021 election to the current president, Hakainde Hichilema, by a large margin. After the defeat, he stepped back from politics but later returned to the fray. He had ambitions to vie for the presidency again, but at the end of last year, the Constitutional Court barred him from running, ruling that he had already served the maximum 2 terms allowed by law. To end this newscast, a recap of the top stories we have been following. A 28-year-old man has been forwarded to the Monrovia Central Prison for allegedly raping a 5-year-old girl. The civil law court has granted former DA boss Abraham Clement's motion to dismiss the Fredrigas brothers' appeal. The Ministry of Transport, in collaboration with MIG Group, a renowned Korean company, is expected to introduce 5 commercial aircraft dedicated to domestic travels in the country. Out of Liberia, Zambia's former president Iga Lungu has died at the age of 68, his party has said in a statement. That's RCN News Bulletin at 7. I've been Akita Robert.
There are no words to express that. We're very grateful.
Mr. President, is there any new agreement that could be in the interest of the workers of ArcelorMittal Liberia?
Well, any new agreement would be something that will encourage ArcelorMittal to spend more, to provide more opportunities for like, and that in the making.
Last Mr. President, that question is very much important.
Let me see. Yes, indeed, how best to get our team set on the platform here tonight on the Sktv show. 96.1 is the frequency, Truth FM 96.1. We're going to be here with you. Let me see what I see. Collie and the rest of the team there. Yeah. Okay, let me see what is happening. All right, good. So let me bring let me bring Cyprian on. Cyprian Kori, Ali Sharif, sorry, did I say Ali Sharif? Ali Masali, and Mr. Dollar will back after the news bulletin. I guess that we go into a little time because of some technical glitches, but again, we're going to manage with our time and we'll be able to at least take a few calls while we go through the discussion here tonight. Again, we're back. I don't know. Okay, good. I think Cyprian is ready. Cyprian, good evening, my dear brother. I've been wishing to talk with you, but unfortunately, we're not getting you behind the scene. But go ahead, have a friend.
Good evening, Mabel, and good evening to the team members, man. I'm happy to be on the show. We have some technical issues. That's why you're not seeing my face, but I've been carrying the audio.
Yeah, good. I think the same thing here too. Mr. Dollar, you were talking about the survey that we had to go for the news break. We've been having some technical glitches, but again, please let's just manage with a little time. I leave for now to 7:30. Maybe between 7:35 to 7:40, we'll take a few calls. So when we're talking, at least they'll be able to manage all of our time. So back, Cyprian calling quickly because you, in fact, in Nima, and there are a lot of happening in Nima. Even though I'm receiving latest news from the lawmaker in district number 7, Honorable Musa Hassan Bedete, talking about the legislative caucus of Nima County now being part of the process on today that have been ongoing in Nima County. But what say you? Have it? What's going on there?
Oh, great, Memo. It's been going good. You know, Nima County was the scene of attraction today with one of the VIPs. You know, the first time for ArcelorMittal, my memory can serve me to visit ArcelorMittal concession site. You know, the owner of ArcelorMittal Global was here today. The president of the Republic of Liberia. You saw the video. It started very well and ended very well, but it said that there was a mini protest. You know, you follow the mini protesters by some young people here in the county. They are demanding that ArcelorMittal, you know, should go. ArcelorMittal must go, but their protest was also characterized by controversy. You know, ranging from they receiving $2,000 from the very ArcelorMittal they claimed they were protesting against. Last evening there was this news that you know, they received 2,000 United States dollars. They themselves display it. One of the organizers displayed the cash on the table and said, ArcelorMittal, you know, attempted bribing them, and then they accepted a bribe, but still went ahead to protest. So I'm saying, many people spoke to today said, but if you took bribe and, you know, you are equally guilty, the giver of the bribe and the receiver of the bribe under Liberian law are equally culpable. But they received the money according to them, and they still staged the protest today. What impact did that protest have on the gathering today? It's left with Liberians to say, but at least the superintendent of this country acknowledged the gathering of the young people and said that she said they should focus more on preparing for the job market, you know, getting education, getting qualification, and so forth, so that when the opportunity comes, you can be prepared to grab it, you know. But besides that, it was all about, you know, raining praises on ArcelorMittal. You listen to President Joseph Boakai, you know, the thing that many people expected, you know, to hear our leaders saying, you know, that they didn't say it. And for me, I was not surprised, and I'm not surprised because
they say, in fact, the people did more than well.
Yeah, true be told, Memo, this is the biggest investment that this government has on the ground right now. They can't play with it. You know, the investment that ArcelorMittal is making, even to the national budget, it's just huge. So no government now, especially when you don't have an alternative, you don't have, you know, a second choice, you don't have no plan B. You can't. When you gotta manage it. Even if your people are crying, the ordinary people. You listen to, you just read Representative Bennett's you know, press statement. In that press statement, he highlighted even the road leading to ArcelorMittal concession site, you know, has not been fixed. 20 years they've been in this country. But maybe it's hard for us to talk. If the president, if the superintendent, you know, can be really telling ArcelorMittal, thank you for everything that you have done. You know, we expect that you do more and all the kind of things. What do you expect? At the end of the day, what the ordinary people who living under the mountain, can you imagine $1.4 billion investment in the concentrator? And mind you now, maybe the iron ore is something that can finish. It can grow. When you take it from there, it can grow. In fact, it can depreciate. The more you take the high grade, you know, the one that lead there now, it become part of become part. So you gotta upgrade it. That's what the concentrator is all about. That concentrator is to upgrade the iron ore to the standard that it can be able to be sold to the international market. That tells you that our iron ore is depreciating. When they keep first, they didn't need a concentrator because the iron ore was still, you know, raw, and everything was class A, standard A.
But they were fresh and ready.
Yeah, they finish eating all the standard A now. They want to leave there now. Before you carry out there to the world market, you have to put it, you know, upgrade it. And that's why the concentrator is called. That concentrator are not building for people to go live. It's not gonna affect in any way the ordinary people. Except that maybe it's gonna even create pollution problem, you know, and all kind of things. It's not gonna affect them in any way. It's not gonna bring any kind of change whatsoever you want to talk. Maybe that just for job creation, because I'm told it's gonna provide 6,000 more jobs, right, maybe? But that's what happened here today, you know. So people turn out, everything went fine. The president, like you saw in the video, it was all about just touring the site and telling ArcelorMittal thank you for this investment.
And the CP, thank you, Mr. Dollar. Nearly 4 years to the expiration of the agreement signed between the government of Liberia and that of ArcelorMittal Liberia, and with the president saying that the company did more than well. That I will speak that I think there will be more years given. Yes, good. So, CP, quickly, I know you will come in, but I want for Mr. Dollar to come in and starting from that point. Now, 4 years from now on, the contract will be expired, but I guess that maybe the government and that ArcelorMittal, they are negotiating on how to sign another new contract and so forth, or maybe new agreement and so forth. But what say you from what you just hearing from CP Calling?
Yeah, you know what happened? The Liberian situation is so sympathetic, to be realistic. You know, this money problem in the Nima counties from time to time during Tokman administrations, that particular area was classified as small America, more especially the bishop of our country used to go there for holidays and things there. But right now, it's a deplorable situation. The company, he depend the people that they gave the place to. They are not used to making people to have a better life. Salameta, the company. I don't want to classify the people by their ethnicities or their nationalities and things there. But to be very frank, the company owner himself come down. The company owner from UK. So these people then they are not that type of people that can make better life for people. But however, what the LeBron government got now, who do you have in mind? If you take the contract from ArcelorMittal, who did he have to give it to? That is number one question we need to look at. Because ArcelorMittal have not done anything since 20 years. They have not done anything better that anyone can rely on. You're supposed to, entire Nima County, you're supposed to at least invest in Nima County to make the whole area paved, to be accessible in terms of car and stuff. They have not doing anything like that. The infrastructure development can be done when there's a road network connectivity. That's the only way the country can develop. Access, people will have access to place. So that's what I can say about the ArcelorMittal. I was saying something about, I don't know if you guys can give me a chance to comment on that, the action that the LeBron government is taking right now by calling back again our lawmaker for investigation or whatever the term A to be. So from my observations, and I'm an elderly person, I have seen a lot of things in that country, and I saw many things that went on wrong based on the wrong advice, and he kept our country down to where we are today. Is advice to the leadership, and the leadership pretend to be one demigod. It caused money problem for us because this entire investigation, if you guys can allow me to say a few words on this thing here, from my observation on that capital billings saga, is the entire investigation is dire. You can look at this, the genesis of
we'll come to that, Mr. Dollar, quickly, please. We don't want to. Yeah.
Then I will give you both my honest, opinion on that. So
Yes,
the
thank you.
mental issue.
Thank you. We don't want.
If you ask me to grade them, I will say I grade them with 10%.
Okay, so that means you are grading the company after I think almost 20 years now, right, Cyprian?
That's what
they just celebrated their 20 years.
Yeah. The India in 21 now.
Wow, 20 years, and they have been graded 10%. Liberia are crying battle again. 6,000 jobs. I don't know if some of these jobs salary. But anyway, Mr. Masade, what say you with the latest news coming from Nimba County, especially when it comes to the happening there today from the ArcelorMittal end, and also Representative Musa Assembly also talking about the legislative caucus were left out of the entire process. I don't know how that happened, even though I was asking Cyprian, but we'll get back to Cyprian. But Mr. Ali, quickly, Ali, Masade, what say you?
Yeah, maybe thanks to Cyprian there for the update. But my brother, what we say in the thing, the president already grading the people, he praising them, they have done even more than better. And the issue of ArcelorMittal is almost like some people in the country that cannot survive without government job. And which one of the government will get in abroad that will survive without ArcelorMittal and BM Mountain. So these two companies in Liberia, they are the ones that really putting money into our country budget. When you see BM Mountain, you see ArcelorMittal. So these two companies, the only thing I think we can ask our government to do, these people, they are making, first of all, when these people leave from here, they go to Liberia from Europe, they are not just going there for merrymaking. That's something they see there that they want. So equally so when they go there, they should be able to serve the community, give you what your people need. But you saw people were protesting today, all of these things happening. The government cannot succeed without Aslam Mita. Yeah, and Mr. Dolly said, if you say you're coming together, who you will bring now? That's the problem. So the only thing we urge our government to do, because the issue about Aslam Metalia agreement was a model 66 Bukos concession agreement that was signed when President Bwaka was then vice president and president of the Senate that they talk about. Now he said he was an old car park in the garage. Now that he's here to rescue with the Liberian people, I think he need to revisit that agreement and make it the way in which it will be in the interest of we the Liberian people. Not only in their interest, because all the money they generate for these people, everything go on useless and wasteful expenditure for government. And we only get 20%. So let you revisit it now. You no more an old car parking in the garage. He's a brand new car now. So let you revisit the agreement. See people sleeping in tent. When I saw some of these videos coming from Nima County, or $1 billion company, people sleeping in tent and thing. So they cannot, no government will survive without Aslam Meta and Beer Mountain there, because that's all. So the only thing is to revisit.
Thank you, Kodwe. Yeah, Cyprian Cody, what say you with the latest news coming from Mr. Bedete that the legislative caucus of Nima County, they were not seen today? I don't know. What are you?
Yeah, he's right. Representative Bedete is right. Remember, you follow the program. You know, in fact, I relay portion of it. Even the speech of the president, the last minute Micha, the superintendent. I didn't hear any statement from the caucus. And you know, the people are represented through their, you know, respective representative through the caucus of Nimba County. I see that as, you know, disrespecting the very people that you claim to be working for. You know, if you will have a major program like Representative Bailey said as such, and leave out the caucus, and you know that just a few weeks ago, the caucus released a statement, very strong statement about the way, you know, the secrecy, the dark clouds hanging over the mineral agreement, the renegotiation of the mineral agreement. Could it be that the people see the caucus as, you know, not being in their interest? That's why they sideline them. And again, representability is the only person speaking. This statement, in my view, in as much as yes, representability is a member of the caucus, he has his right to speak. But I think the caucus itself, headed by the chair of the caucus, should release a statement condemning their exclusion today. That's disrespecting the people that they are not claim to be serving, and the government itself is not operating fairly. You know, this is not just an executive marshal thing. This mineral development agreement that you want to pass, and not executive marshal when passing, it is the lawmaker, the very lawmaker that you depend on to look into it thoroughly and maybe pass it or not, or reject it. But if you'll be sidelining them and disrespecting them at this early stage, how do you want them to work in your interest when the tanker, when the document goes in front of them? What do you expect from them? So the government should be working holistically, you know, working together. The executive, the judiciary, and the legislature should be seen as coordinating, not disrespecting each other. And I really agree with representability, but I think that the caucus headed by Representative Semiana, this is not about unity party thing. You know, this is about the people. This is about your people. The people are suffering. You listen to Representative Musa Bedete, I tell you, maybe this Niba country that is giving so much in terms of not the resources, you know, the revenue coming out of this place should not be the way it is, where you don't have network, you don't have communication, you don't have good roads. People are still suffering from bridges and everything. When you're giving $1 billion out, you think Mitao can get 1.4 billion in just a concentrator. Invest 1.4 billion when they not take, you know how many when they're not getting anything, they will not do it. But what is the benefit for the commoners, the ordinary people? Even the road are leading to where Mita can take the iron ore from, my brother. The road they were patching potholes in a few days just to because the president was coming there. You can't treat the people like that. If you're disrespecting the leaders, what do you expect from the ordinary people? Maybe it's sad.
And that's the frustrating thing, Cyprian. You know, the kind of cosmetics development, acting like in fact we want to make our leaders to, you know, to look good and so forth. And even if you listen, like Brother Masale said, the president stated that in fact the people they did more than what they could do for us as people. So who are we now to even to say no? So again, for me, I think the legislative caucus or the entire lawmakers from Nima County. I feel like you just stated, Cyprian, they had to maybe have a meeting and see how best to handle this, because for the sake of the people. Mind you, that company is very big, and they just stated 1.4 billion just to carry on a project. Then what's going to happen to the lives of the people? So the life of the people matter most. Also, the company also matter. So that move forward, Stephen, we did news about these 6 lawmakers again coming from the minority bloc have been called upon after the impasse has been subsided, or some would say after the peace pipe, in fact, smoking a peace pipe and settling all of the dust and everything. Finally, we have a new speaker. Again, the police called the former speaker, called other few lawmakers that was called upon once upon a time again for another conference on tomorrow morning to appear before investigators. That will also, I think there will be accompanied on tomorrow by the judiciary head, according to the information coming from the lower house. So let's move quick to Mr. Dollar. Mr. Dollar, what's the you with this latest news also about lawmakers going tomorrow at the Liberia National Police?
Yeah, thank you very much, my dear brother. That's why I continue to say people should always look at past history and plan for future. So once somebody error is a somebody lesson in any given situation. That same particular country, similar thing like that happens, going after opposition, blocked by the powerful leadership, and turn the country upside down. It happened before, not even long ago, not even 30 years ago, just few years above 20 years. It happened. But let me tell everybody this thing here. From my observation, is my opinions as an ex-criminal investigator, as an ex-police officer of my country, and I worked at the Ministry of Justice for many years. I know a little bit about the criminal procedure law. First of all, the police started this case wrongly. But when you start something wrongly, to make it real, it can be very, very difficult. That's what's happening to our country. Any step, any position, any investigation report you put up, people will look at it as a politics. They will put politics in it. First of all, if people fought in it, let me just give a common example. If you go to a place where people fought in a house, everybody that you meet there that were fighting one another, you need to invite all of them and vet them. Take the pro and the con from in it. Whoever you think that at the door cause the confusion, you keep them. Those that you know that they are not the one that caused the confusion, you release them. But you make it public. That did not happen in this case. So I hope this situation will be handled professionally.
All right. Thank you. Cyprian Cody, what say you?
Maybe for me, I really think the police is wasting the Liberian people time. You know, inviting over and over. If you have, this thing has been months now, maybe it's gone 3 months or so. You know, if not more than 3 months since this incident occurred. I think the police, if they have sufficient evidence by now, they should move to indict, you know, and go to court instead of making movie out of this whole thing, making drama out of it, you know, inviting from one. Can they do this to ordinary people? If this was an ordinary, you know, if ordinary people involved in this, would they be inviting them? Can we, your lawyer, go back? Can we, your lawyer, go back? If you have evidence, if you have what it takes to go to court, go to court. That's what we want to see. For us, we want to see this case going to court and being litigated legally, you know, fairly, so that whoever is culpable can face the full weight of the law. But my concern is also coming from the CDC. You know, I saw a video I don't know whether this video is recent or President George Weah, but he was sounding a very strong warning. And I think
I think that's an old video. I think the time that he came from Ghana, but again, Maguire.
Yeah, so I was concerned, you know, about the strong statement coming from the former president and some seditions. I also saw something coming from Jefferson Koji. Let's not temper with justice with mercy or justice with partisanship. The Capitol building belongs to us. That's one of our iconic buildings, historic buildings. We spend millions of dollars to build up that structure. For support to just burn it down because of political, selfishness, greed, and so forth, I don't think they should go with impunity. But it's they be done, like Padore said, anything that is not done, rightfully, the end, will also not be right. So the police was also hasty in this investigation. They started politically. They even started passing judgments. Can you imagine President Joseph Boga was the first man to start talking about arson and all that kind of things, even before the investigation could even get on the way. So they undermine their own investigation, but that's why they will not play with this country and put this country into harm's way.
And that's the point, Cyprian, there where I was coming, because mind you, at least for the past 2 weeks, maybe 2 to 3 weeks now, since the entire impasse have been settled, I think only the media now talking to Liberian, taking phones and calling, and they're talking about national issues, but then nothing major. But then it's like, in fact, this government is almost like behaving now, like, in fact, they want more distractions. Cyprian, are you sensing more distractions? Because you just talk about the CDC and so on, maybe they want are they fighting now for protests to come? Are they telling people you'll come outside to protest? What are they doing?
All we can say, Memo, is that this thing has to do with a structure that belongs to the government, that belongs to the country that got destroyed. So we don't want to make it look like what the government is doing is wrong. But all we can say that Padore said is to do it transparently, follow the processes. For this is a criminal investigation. They brought people from America the other day. Whatever they did, we don't even know. They didn't even give any report. We didn't see any official report coming from the investigator that they brought from America. And when they just brought them, and then the guy then left, but they left. So up to now, we don't even know. But the Senate has been pushing them a few days. Senator Amara has been pushing.
Yes, and there are so many cases. There are so many, even GSC reports and so forth, allegations of corruption here and there, back to back. But the one thing we hear about every time is either from the CDC angle and here and there. Are they fighting political war while they're leading their people to suffer and to, for them to suffer into poverty? And they're not doing their work because from what I'm seeing, it's just about buying time and distractions.
Yeah, maybe. Let's start beating around the bush in this thing here. The whole investigations is fiasco to my view, because to be honest, if you go to a crime scene and the elements that are involved in that areas must be collectors or by cherry picking. You have to collect everybody. Number one. And according to the information, we were not there, but we heard it, and there's no rebuttal to that statement. The night that place got burned, the police were fully responsible to protect that particular site. They were in full control of the entry and every quarter. Every end of that building in a yard, they were there.
Because a protest had just taken place that very day.
Where are these police officers that was assigned there? Where is this statement taken from them? The commanding officers that were on duty that night. Where is the statement from there? Nothing. When they got there, then we agreed that the minority group was dischanted on the entire episode. They were making sarcastic statement. Or let me assume that they were making sarcastic statement. Sarcastic statement is not admissible before any competent court of justice unless you got sufficient evidence to substantiate the fact. Somebody can say, I will beat you. So long you didn't beat you, it's you. You understand what I'm saying? So, so long the body, the hand did not touch you or the stick did not touch your body, then you cannot hold that person responsible for anything. But here is the situation. The police people are trying to cause unnecessary problem for our country. And the leaderships of our country need to look at it to see that this unnecessary witch hunt should stop. And if the leaders are not taking that step, I will advise their children and their wife to advise them indoor to say, look, trouble is coming. You're bringing trouble to us. You please stop it. That's all I can say in this case here. Because
thank you. Yes, thank you, Mr. Dollar. But I'll leave quickly anything before we go to the line. I need to take one or two maybe calls quickly. All right, I think a little bit busy or something. So those of you who've been calling, you can now place in your call. We'll take one or two more calls, maybe two calls quickly. Then we go back to our team of panelists so that we can call it a day. Sorry for the break in the entire broadcast on today. Hello to this caller. Yeah, please 1 minute. Yes, man, dear, good evening. Go ahead.
Of Liberia. I'm calling from Ludo Town, Sengo SC.
Yeah, go ahead quickly, Chief. No time.
Yeah. Let President Bouaga use his wisdom as an elderly man. His age and the Liberian getting in a zero position. They should not abuse it, my brother. I'm warning all Liberians tonight. Hey, is saying it. The Bouaga thing depends on security, the police. If you lay a attempt, the police will be divided right up in his face. We don't want to go back to where we came on now. If you depend on the army, shooting will start right in the barrack. I'm saying it. You want to use excavator. You didn't want to rule the country. Let it leave people there, and the vice president take over to 2020 now. Thank you.
Thank you. To this caller quickly. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, because labor, and good evening to your panelists. Emmanuel Sanders is my name. That teach him of peace out in the script too. Yeah, you see, our president just want to put our country backward. We want to tell you that President Bouaga, you are living your life. Some of us, we are working towards our goal. So please, what you are doing, our country, we have want our country. You want our country to go back. Okay, can you lead a whole delegation? Who point the capital building? The same capital building was last seen like working the chair. What is the struggle state on your majority because when taken from there, you're not investigating out of today. Only those who are from the minority you want to investigate. Please, President Bouaga, we don't want our country to go backward, please.
All right, thank you quickly, Uncle Brian Tate. Good evening.
Yes, thank you so much. I'm sorry that at least I've been having break in.
Yeah, you're not many easy, but thank God.
Yeah, but I think, government of Liberia has to understand. You can't have police taking care of the place, and then you exempt police from all the investigations. Yeah, you don't do that. Not because you have anchor for certain people, and you're not going your way, then you want to do it, but we'll be following the subject tomorrow. But before I grab the line of labor, tell her you're breaking today. But I want to go to the NIMA petition to petition NIMA. You see how they treated the Coco today? You see the Coco as a beautiful caucus. And maybe somebody want to be a kind of godfather, so they try to agree with people on the ground. No. NIMA population is so big that people will consume it in a pound of hair. No. NIMA got to divide themselves. Ain't you gradually everybody today? You get 2 senators. You get 2 and 4 senators. You're actually that in the Senate. You might have consumed yourself with over almost 1 million voters to get only 2 senators. That's not for election. They see the jury and Mala, they in conflict. But when you have 2 councils, there will be 4 senators. The other people on the side, they will be content with the 2 senators, the other people on the side. And even the Senate matter will get more from the settlement when 1.5 million can do. 1.5 million second develop something in the next 5 years.
All right, thank you so much, Uncle. Yes, I think that topic, if you're ready, maybe you will come on the show. Hello, quickly. Yes, David King, quickly go ahead.
Thank you so much for the opportunity. Before we are begging Mr. Bouaga
we begging. We take God to begging. You know, maybe some of us, we are leopard, a rain beaver, or a raccoon. But we got our children now. Some of us, we got married, we got our children, we raise our family. And this is why we try to be the kind of people we are. But we want Mr. Bwakai to please leave our people alone. Because it is clear. Some of the evil of the fire at the top of the building, some people got went over there under the cover of darkness and took the seat that the two presiding officers was seated in at the Memorial City Hall and took it to the Memorial City Hall. Now, they are not going after Samuel Kuga. They are not going after the security guard that was posted there. Remember, before the place got burned, there was a protest. So, security were in charge. Gregory told the people that they were in charge. And besides that, James Colette was crying the foreign day when the fire occurred. The school heaven generally asking, why are you crying? He said he never thought that this fire could be severe.
All right. Thank you, my man. We don't really have time for all that. But we got to go, people. At least we can use 1 more minute of our time. At least we were able to take a few calls and listen to Liberian. Those of you are sorry. We don't want to go over our time. Yeah, so Mr. Dollar, we'll start with you quickly, please. At least at most 1 minute so that we can, go home for the day.
Thank you very much. I will only pray for my country because that is the only country where I was. We can go back and boast with to say, look, this is my home. And when I say I'm praying for my country, I know the reason why I'm saying I'm praying for my country. I see a lot of things that happen that kept our country down like this kind of unnecessary power greed among our people. Many of the people that are in our House of Parliament today, you were nowhere around when the actual trouble started in our country. They just coming in. Some of them were teenagers. Some of them were outside of the country. They were nowhere around, so they didn't see the damage. They didn't see the danger. So I'm begging them to make sure that to make the police to do the right thing. And I'm also begging the police people. Many of the people that are in that police force, or who were in the police force, they were nowhere to be found. Some of them were even going to elementary school at the time. So
all right.
Let them stop it. Let them do the right thing. Please, I'm begging them. Let them do the right thing.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Dollar. Even though tomorrow is Abraham Day, or we'll be here tomorrow to talk again to our people.
I will not be available tomorrow, maybe. Please.
Yes, indeed. Ali Masale, I don't know whether you stayed there or if not, then Cyprian.
Ali Masale will not be around. I will speak for him.
Yeah, Memo, can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear. Go ahead, my brother.
Yeah, thanks to all the callers. Or maybe the whole issue about the fire team. Gregor Coleman is not going to carry on any professionalism in the whole investigation. Gregor Coleman had to carry on investigation in line with President Bwaka's statement. This was an awesome attack. This place is not a place for gangsters and hooligans. Forgetting to know that his majority bloc he was supporting in the burning of the capital. These are the gangsters. These are the hooligans. These are the political juntas. These are the criminals. These are the rebels that burned down that place. And if Gregor Coleman just trying to say he's coming to carry on professional investigation, President Bwaka is going to suspend him as he usually do for time indefinite, and he will come and say that Minnesota doing nothing, just as he was sitting there. So he had to carry on an investigation in line with the president's statement to hold all those CDC lawmakers and prosecute them. But whatsoever they're doing, I will always remind them the next administration, those people will be prosecuted. Richard Kuhn, an entire rebel group. God bless America. God bless Liberia. Thank you.
Thank you so much, my brother Cyprian. What say you? We got to go.
Yes, just in 30 seconds, I just like to say to the 7 lawmakers, our information is that there's a C indictment. There could be some possible arrest tomorrow. So if you're going, prepare yourself. Make sure you got your bond. Arson is a bearable offense. The crime is bearable. So when they charge you before they carry you, because the plan is to put some people behind bar tomorrow, disgrace some people. So when you go in, be having your bond by your side, you know, so that by the time any eventuality.
Even though sleeping no time, but it is, in fact, I'm still confused that the members of the majority bloc, they are also escorting the
no money. That political game, no money. That political game. The one goes be there to see, you know. They say when the hunchback man die, you know, when they go bury, everybody would, and they're not going to. They want to see how the guys will be treated tomorrow. But
Maybe don't fall for that rhetoric. That political game they playing tomorrow. They acting that they easy party with them.
I do the thing even looking funny to me that you and myself were in the same hall. There's something happen. Then they tell you I live that okay. Carry Mayborn for going to investigate. Then what happened to you too?
Yeah.
That people like that feel everybody stupid, and we are not stupid. They claim to be the well-educated people, while claiming to be the most uneducated people.
Listen, let me tell you something. You see, Liberian politics been like that for ages. The Liberian politician will kill you and go to your funeral and cry.
Okay, so that's all the time. We gotta go for the news. It's 8 o'clock. My name is Cyprian Cordy.
I am leaving now. Thank you very much. Good night, everybody.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcasts and connecting people and culture from getting up out of the club. What is our people who waiting to sell? The blessing that time and the efforts are rest. The brothers giving us the end, the parents from there. So welcome my life with African.
I live
Master.
Clay Paris, who make on you, I can't Sktv-Lib. Say my journey, Tina get I say my jamo. And yes, I know money, and more I yo. And you love
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must survive the lofa and grandbaza.
Ena dine ya tumale, ena salia ya tumale, ena kwanagli ya tumale, ena kodubwa ya tumale, ena dine ya tumale, ena salia ya tumale, ena kwanagli ya tumale, ena kodubwa ya tumale, ena napagiyari na ya tumale, Sktv, ena napagiyari na, tosi wako ma ya tumale.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must survive the lofa and grandbaza.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcasts and connecting people and culture from getting up out of the club. What is our people who waiting to sell? The blessing that time and the efforts are rest. The broadcast we giving are real and the promise my best. To work with my life with Africa. From Grandfather Nima to Lusa, from Riverside, River G to Chide, from Grand Crew, Bombay, Cape Mount, Monserrat, San to Backwalu, from Maryland, Bonk to Maggie B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the